What's up, Blue Sox Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Allow Me to Introduce Myself. Today, we have the shortstop for the Utica Blue Sox. He is a sophomore at NJIT, or the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Again, he's going to be playing in the middle infield for the Blue Sox, rounding out that infield between him, Ryan Enos, and many other talented studs. It is Daniel Helfgott. Daniel, thanks so much for joining me. How are you today, man?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
So obviously, we can't wait to watch you play ball this summer in Utica. But you're a downstate guy. You're from Atlantic Beach, New York, which is around Long Island. You're playing baseball in college in New Jersey. So obviously, you're familiar with New York. But what brought you to upstate New York and Utica specifically?
Yeah, it's funny you say Atlantic Beach. I'm originally from the city, New York City, um, but we moved a lot, and we
Hmm.
somehow landed our house in Atlantic Beach. But going into this year, athletically and academically, sat down with the coaches, and they brought up where our summer ball is gonna land for me, and I've heard nothing but good things about Utica and the experience, the atmosphere, the fan base. It's just one good thing after another, and it just got me excited. And I couldn't find a better option, and I'm excited to play for the Blue Sox Nation and uh, put my stamp on the program.
So I know that you've bounced around New York this season with NJIT. So have you heard of the PGCBL before this? Like, what were you familiar with? Because I know that the Newark Pilots are out in that area, right? So there is PGCBL out where you are in the surrounding area. But did you hear about the PGCBL before kind of committing to play with Utica?
Yeah, yeah. Just talking to my friends who've been through the college baseball process and are doing their thing at other programs. Everyone's had their stories through the PGCBL, and they've all been good stories and really good memories that I've heard. So I was really excited when I got an opportunity to play, especially for a team like the Blue Sox. And I was excited to jump right on it as soon as I could.
Yeah, hopefully you can make some memories of your own. Now, I kind of want to talk about your season currently at NJIT. Now, you're a sophomore, and your freshman year, kind of wasn't ideal for you, right, because of the pandemic. Can you talk about what that process was like for you to be, kind of stripped away of baseball, basically a few games into the season?
Yeah, yeah. Tough is to say the least. It was a weird experience for everyone because you train so hard and you never go into that. You see the news and you see, oh, this virus is really getting bad, but you never expect it to just put the world on hold. Um, and it's tough because everyone's training extremely hard, uh, and you really want to showcase your talent on the field, and uh, it was just taken away, and it was tough for everybody. But I'm excited for this year, especially because we've got a lot of the same guys, and if not more talent with us. And we've been struggling, but we just came off a great series win against Stony Brook, and we're going to turn it around real quick.
So you talk about, that freshman year for you, and you were kind of mixing in starts here and there. Like you were not an everyday guy your freshman year before the pandemic started. And now this year, right, you're batting 360. And I know you said that the team isn't performing the way, that maybe you would have hoped, but how good has it felt for you to be able to get those everyday reps in for this team? And not to mention, you're having an incredible season at the plate too. I mean, how good has it felt for you as an individual to be able to get this full season in?
Yeah, it's great. Nothing better than going to practice every single day, lift every day. Just putting in great work with the group of guys that we have here. It's really a special group. Um, and I mean, the stats and all that's expected. So I don't really take it for the numbers. I wasn't even paying attention to my um but you know with the group of guys we have, we have fun with whatever challenge we face. Um and we definitely don't back down from a challenge. And we showed Stony Brook this weekend that we're a real gritty group of guys, and we don't go down easy.
Now I noticed that you guys are basically playing like the same, and you guys are playing in series, but you guys are basically playing like the same 5 or 6 teams this season, right? What is that like for you guys, right? To basically have that very consistent schedule, seeing a team multiple times a year, like is it hard to get into a certain mindset when you're seeing the exact same teams? Because in Utica, it's going to stay league play, like they're setting it up into sections and divisions of New York State and beyond.
Yeah, yeah, it's very interesting because we were fortunate enough to play a couple teams at a conference before getting into conference play, uh, but I think it adds to the excitement because you really get to prepare and specialize in what these type of teams have and who they are really as an identity. Um, and we're also in a new conference this year. This is the first year in the America East Conference, um, and a lot of the teams are similar. They all have plus arms, and they all can piece together good at bats, and it keeps us on our toes because you really have to be on top of our game with anyone in our conference.
And speaking of like NJIT and your team, I found it really interesting because you have a lot of familiarity in the Blue Sox organization this year, right? You're making the move to upstate New York to play summer ball, but it's not like you're going to be a complete stranger, right? So you have Dante Bizzuti and Brady Bash, who are guys that you've played with at NJIT, right? It's not like these are incoming freshmen that you've barely had the chance to get to know. I mean, these are guys that you have had the chance to get some games under your belt with. How do you think playing with those guys in Utica alongside you is going to provide, possible comfort for you or additional comfort for you, knowing that you're going to be moving away from home for the summer?
Yeah, I mean those guys. Um, Brady, I'm actually living in he's a year older than me, so I'm living in his dorm that he lived in last year. Dante is my roommate.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, we're all just a tight knit bunch here at NJIT, and that's what we pride ourselves on. Win, lose, or draw, we always love each other as a family, and we're always supporting each other no matter what. And to have 2, 3, 4 of my guys going upstate with me is just so exciting, and I can't wait to go to war with them.
And so kind of, it's like when you're looking at these returning players on the Blue Sox that are not from this area, right? Like, how excited are you to now have people that are within your own circle, but you're going to expand that circle to now so many different players from basically around the country, right? There are players that play out on the West Coast, there are players that play down south. Like, how excited for you to are or how excited are you to expand that circle of not only baseball teammates but friends that play at high levels, Division 1, Division 2, high level Division 3 baseball? Like, how excited are you to expand that circle?
Yeah, yeah. Such an awesome thing about playing college baseball, getting to turn on the TV and seeing your friends play. And I'm going to get to have even more friends after this summer. And it's just another great part of baseball that you don't really think about when you're on the field. But once you step off, you're like, man, these guys are really my best buddies.
How would you describe your play style currently?
Yeah. Um, I like to think of myself as gritty. I'm not the biggest guy on the field, but I definitely come up to the plate with a chip on my shoulder, and I like to do whatever I can to get the team a win in the column, and whether that be moving a guy over, bunting, uh, hitting him in. I like to do whatever I can to help the team win, and uh, I take pride in my defense too because like you said, I'm a middle infielder, but I can play anywhere, and I'm always ready to help the team win, and I take pride in that.
That's awesome. And I know you said, grittiness, middle infielder. So who do you model your game after? Or when you were growing up, when you were a 7-year-old Dan Helfgott, like who did you watch on TV and say, man, I really want to model my game after this person?
Oh, that's a tough one. So my mom's a Yankees fan, but my
Okay.
dad's a so whoever I'm watching a game with, that'll really determine who I'm a fan of that day. Um, I always just I love the 2000s New York Mets team so much. They were such a gritty ball club,
Mhm.
um, and I really loved watching Jose Reyes play his
For sure.
game. He was so exciting, um, and now I see Francisco Lindor. The way he's graceful on the field, and he always takes time to appreciate the fans that love his game, and he's not an easy out at the plate. Uh, and if I could emulate one guy, I guess it'd be Francisco Lindor.
So it's safe to say that although there were Mets and Yankees games happening in your household, that you are more of a Mets fan than a Yankees fan?
That's safe to say.
So, okay, what are your thoughts, man? Because like it's so interesting. The Mets, it's like it's the same story every year. It's like when Jacob deGrom is on the bump, they can't get a ton of run support for him, and the run support has been coming from Jacob deGrom himself. I mean, he's been getting RBIs and he's hitting the ball well. Like, what are your thoughts on the team this year, man?
Yeah, it's an exciting team. They have such potential. Um, Jacob deGrom is just it's
He's a
it's
freak.
an it's insane every time he's on the mound. It's a tremendous performance. Um, but yeah, I think they're going to pull it together. Francisco Lindor was just such a impressive piece to add, and I think they're going to pull it together. They really have the pieces this year, and Jacob deGrom's just getting better and better. So that's exciting for the team.
So I do have some quick hit questions here, and then we'll kind of wrap it up with a few more sentimental questions for you and the Utica Blue Sox. So just a few rapid fires here. I would argue that outside of playing itself and playing in the actual game, that one of the biggest aspects to having a successful baseball career is the walkout song when you go to home plate. So, in your opinion, what is the best walkout song that you've ever had? And can you kind of give us an idea of what you're thinking of using for this year?
That's a tough one. Um, I've had a couple good ones in high school that were really just kind of spark some fear into the other team. I gotta say, "Brother" by Avicii. That was
Okay.
that was a great.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And do you have an idea? Are you going to do Hey Brother again for this season, or are you thinking of something different?
I might go with some old school rock and roll just to kind of get the crowd going. But "Hey Brother" was a great one.
Fair enough. How excited are you? And I'll piggyback off that crowd question with this. How excited are you to have fans in Utica Blue Sox in Murnane Stadium this season?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Different atmosphere. Um, we just came off a series against Stony Brook, and there were fans there for the first time against us this season, and it's just such a great atmosphere. And they weren't even our fans, so I'm so excited for Blue Sox Nation. They look like such a great group of guys, and um, I can't wait to perform for them.
A few more rapid fires. Are you a gum or a seeds guy when you're on the field?
I'm a seeds guy,
Seeds
really.
guy. Do you have a flavor? Is it classic? Is it barbecue, ranch? What do you think?
Depends on the day. I'll lean towards barbecue most likely.
Fair enough. A man of good taste. I like it. When I used to play baseball, I was a big barbecue guy myself. What's your go-to snack at the ballpark?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly. Okay, that's a new one. That's a new one. And you can, okay, awesome. That is so cool. That is so cool. Because I would always think like a ballpark frank or like a pretzel or something like that. PBJ, I like it. It's a staple. It's a classic. Um, Last question that I'll ask you, man. What can overall, I know you said the grittiness and your play style, it sounds like it's so fun to watch, and we can't wait to have you at Murnane Field this summer. But the last question I'll ask you, with fans coming back to Murnane, they're going to be electric because it's been 2 years since they've been able to get their Utica Blue Sox baseball. Doesn't matter if it's not at full capacity, they're going to be loud, they're going to be ready to go, and they're going to be supporting their home team. What can Blue Sox fans expect from Dan Helfgott this summer?
They're going to get the best out of me. They're going to get a guy that is fortunate to throw on the uniform every day. They're going to get a guy that puts his all in every at bat, every play, and no matter what, tries his hardest to get a win. And I'm so excited to play for them and get to put on the blue and white for the community.
Perfect. Great answer. Great answers. Once again, Dan Helfgott, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. We cannot wait to have you at the stadium this summer. It's going to be a blast. Let's go Blue Sox.
Thank you.